Project execution policies and standards. First, planning. The project planning shall involve the stakeholders. This means there should always be participation of the client themselves through constant communication or consultation. Then, tasking. Tasks shall be disseminated among the teams involved to ensure that everything can be anticipated. Just like expect the unexpected. And in this type of business, event management, there's no such thing as I. It's always we. So there should have a teamwork. Then the timeline. Schedules shall be synchronized among the teams. Hindi magsapaw-sapaw. And even the schedules of the event teams, kailangan synchronized or organized. Then the run sheet. Since timing is very crucial in every event, the run sheet shall be formulated according to the task assigned to each team, and each team run sheet shall be synchronized and based on the overall event run sheet. Update or revision shall only be considered with the approval of the event manager. The purpose of this para dili mga magkarambula during the event. Then evaluation. We will always imply SWOT analysis because SWOT analysis is a very effective evaluation tool. I think this is got from the theory from total quality management, and I really like this evaluation tool. Then there should have a statement of complaint on how to handle the complaints, then procurement policies, property and equipment management, company performance and evaluation, and record management. There should always be record management so that we can look back, or we can trace, or we can refer to the records if something comes up. Then we have the appendix. On the appendix, you can have forms and permits. I think it's the end of the manual. In this type of business, there should be a manual, since it is it's some kind of business that is always on operations. They should always have the basis on what to do. And if you do have the manual, then it's not difficult anymore to execute, because you already know the things that should be done. And this is the sample client information sheet. It should consist the client's name, contact information, which includes the mailing address, the mobile number, FB name, and email. Then what type of event yang gustong ipaplano or ipa-handle, the inclusive date or the date itself, the location, preferred type of venue or venues. Then in this way, you already know the preference of your client. Then expected number of guests, and inclusions that he may specify in the form. If you could not gather such information in this information sheet, then you can have an interview with the client. Based on the information gathered from the information sheet and interview, then you can have your event SWOT analysis. You can have your variables depending on the event. For as example, the event, the venue, the timing, the location. Then you can you can you can have your strength, weakness, opportunity, and team. I made it in a matrix form so that it could be easy to fill in, and you can adjust, or whatever you do, it could be visible in the metrics. This is just a simple contract na parang fill in the blanks lang. So, to parties concerned, Just and Just Events agreed to provide the following products or services. Write the product or services that the client wanted you to provide to him or her. Then put a date on it, the venue and the location, the client's name, his or her mailing address, and the total contract price in words first, then in figure. And there should have a statement if who is going to pay. It should be stated. Then for the collection or the terms, I stated there that there should be an acceptance of 20%, then 40% down payment. So all in all, 60%, then 40% for the final payment. In this way, you won't be afraid that you cannot cover the expenses of the event. Okay, most likely the 40% could be the miscellaneous and already the profit. If you are going to follow the 33%, if you are going to divide the total amount into 3, and it should be signed by the client themselves and the representative of the company, or Just and Just Events Incorporated. I also have invitation to bid. Most likely as a starting company, we are going to invite some suppliers and contractors to send us their quotations on their project, on their services or products. Because just like if you do not know yet who are the gawin yung suki ng mga suppliers, so you have to invite them to send quotations for you to compare the price and the services that they are going to render. For the permits, usually in a business, you need to have a separate copy on a folder for you, to make it easy for you to access those type of documents if it is being asked by your client or somebody from the government monitoring agencies. First is what we have, the DTI. The DTI is the business name registration. It is used to name your company. If you are going to have a business, first to sa DTI, then pa-register, have your business registered in DTI and its name. They have the process there. It could be in your scope could be local or regional or national, depending on your registration. Then I also include SEC registration here, since I always mention that Just and Just Events Incorporated, because SEC registration, you can have the statement of incorporation, which gives companies tax holiday, and uh, SIC registered companies is considered as another entity, just like para bang uh, it's it's not it's like a separate person. Although you own it, pero parang ano, separate entity siya. Di siya ikaw, pero ikaw ang may-ari. Ganyan ang sa SIC registered company. Then business permit, that is coming from the LGU. You have the barangay registration or the barangay permit, and the city or the municipal permit. If you are in the municipal here, you'll have the business permit coming from the city. And BIR registration, the sole purpose of this one is for the taxation, and also for the printing OR and SI. OR, the official receipt, and the sales invoice for products. Official receipt for the services and sales invoice for the product. That's why I mentioned lately that there should we prefer those companies or those companies or those businesses who can issue OR or sales invoice, so that during the tax computation, whatever you expense could not be taxed anymore. Parang may tax holiday ka na. So as an example, my assigned event is marriage proposal. Okay, in the marriage proposal, since I already have the information sheet form, so I'm going to use that one. So first, the client's name, I name him Mr. X. His contact number is his contact information is mailing address XXX blah blah blah. All we have to do here in the client information sheet is to fill in the occasion of the event, engagement or marriage proposal, inclusive date, I just put it blank. Then location could be in Cagayan de Oro City, preferred type of venue, should be romantic, ingon pa niya, ingon ni Mr. X. Then expected number of guests 100, since that is already the variable that was given to the assignment. Then the inclusions, let's just say ningon si client na should be surprising to my girlfriend. Kinanglan di kabalo yung girlfriend. So mo na yung so that is his or her specifications. On the manual, after the filling in the client information sheet, then I have to, assuming that I already interviewed the client, so in this part I have my event suit analysis matrix, the strength, the weakness, and the opportunity. So the variables are the event itself, the marriage proposal, the venue is High Ridge, Cagayan de Oro City, timing, and the location. For the strength, on the marriage proposal, its strength is the element of surprise can make it memorable, and its weakness is, of course, the answer of the lady is uncertain, and it gives the man or the client the opportunity to confirm his or his future plan on marrying his girlfriend. And the threat, the girlfriend would say no to to the proposal. Wow, so devastating. Then the venue, High Ridge, okay. Its strength, yeah, it's really romantic since you can have the view of the city lights during nighttime or during dinner. Then for its weakness, plans or whatever we are going to execute on the venue might come obvious due to its size, okay, because it's not dili siya matao nga lugar. And opportunity, I can think of something. Then threat is whenever the weather is unfavorable. Di kaaya-ayas because of its location. Then the timing is it could happen during summer. Then weakness is the availability of the prospect guests. They might come up with their own plans during the event, so they might not be available during the event. Then the opportunity is the initial wedding plan can be a hot topic during the event, no? So whatever the client's plan, it could be a perfect timing to have its initial talks about it. Then that threat, the lady or his girlfriend might change her plans or priorities on the day of the event. Base na ilaying lakaw, impasse. Then the location, the strength, it is locally located, and the weakness is the transportation of PUV. Again, the threat is whenever the weather is unfavorable, it might di kaya-aya ang magpunta sa High Ridge. Since you already have your SWOT analysis of the event, then you can think of your task on what to do about the event. So I have here listed some tasks. First is to look for a champion who can disclose the girl's probable answer on the upcoming proposal by the client. So you're looking for a conspirator, maybe a friend of the girl or the lady. If the answer is affirmative, then mobilize to get the quotations from suppliers. Then if the answer is no, better to advise your client not to pursue the event, or advise the client to look for another lady. Then next, after the quotation, is to assess the quotations if asa adto ang mas favorable for the company. Then plot the package and costing. After plotting the package or the costing, invite the client for the proposal presentation. After the proposal presentation, then the client might negotiate. If the client is going to negotiate, then we can have adjustments. After the adjustments, then we can have the contract signing. Then after the contract signing is confirmed, then we also have to accept the bids or confirm the contracts with our suppliers. First, the rent-a-car, fireworks, light and sound, violinist, host, venue. Then after the venue is confirmed, we can have the site inspection. Ito na ta dito. We are going to have the ocular visit. After the ocular visit, you can have plot your layout and plans. The floor plan, the set plan, lighting and sound system placement plan, fireworks display plan, drafting the program. Then finalization of the plans with the client. This is some kind of consultation. Communicate with the prospected guest, except the lady, of course. Then follow up and remind the suppliers. Acquiring working permits from the venue. It might be needed, but in some business institutions may require working permits. Then acquiring permits for fireworks, it sometimes magdepende sa LGU or sa venue themselves. Then finalizing the plot. After you have finalizing the plot, then one of the most important in this kind of event is to remind the client of the ring. We might have all things prepared, but the client forgot to have an engagement ring. Lisod po. It's really hard to forget the engagement ring. It's disaster. Then formulate the run sheet. After the run sheet, remind and brief the guest, except the lady, on what to do. Brief the client, brief the suppliers, set up the venue with the suppliers, implement the plan. That's already the execution. Then employee aftercare after the event, of course, manghipos punta. And not all can be taken care of by the venue staff. Then the night out. On this event, we include the night out. So we have to accompany some of our guests na mag-night out. After the tasking, I do not enjoy putting time on the task to make it time and date on that task to make it timeline, but I prefer to use the Microsoft Outlook, or if I can have a pad, I prefer monday.com, where I can organize and even monitor my timeline, not to be in conflict with the other events. So here in the Microsoft Outlook, you can do it by tasks or put tasks on the calendar for your schedules. So I prefer, since we don't have the fan sheet now, so we use the Microsoft Outlook instead of monday.com. So for the proposal, here's the proposal. 2,000 per head for 100 persons, or 200,000 package. We offer the following services for your marriage proposal. First, formulating the event plot. Second, implementing and managing the event. Third, managing and coordinating with the suppliers. And of course, the setup of the venue. I include this on the proposal so that our client could say that we're not just doing nothing, we're just contacting suppliers. So I listed here on the possible works that we are going to do. Then we also offer of course, what he wants is the romantic dinner, and of course the lights and sounds, host. And to make the dinner more romantic, we invited a violinist. Then para sa pampasabog is the fireworks display. And of course na may fireworks display, so natay mga ito, we have something to take care of, so we employ the aftercare. And not to forget is the transportation, since the location of the venue is it's quite not really challenging, in Binisaya tuyo ono, di ba? So we have to have a transportation since mauna na we already had it anticipated in the SWOT analysis, and with the night out for 20 persons with 10K worth of consumable food and drinks. So we don't only offer dinner, and we also offer party. So this is the sample contract. To all parties concerned, Gis and Juice Events agreed to provide the following product and services, implementing blah blah blah, all of those that are listed on the proposal. It could be negotiated, cash out, or included. So for this contract, I just included all of those. Then on, of course, specify the date, and located at High Ridge. The venue will be High Ridge at Cagayan de Oro City, to Mr. X, who is our client, whose mailing address is XXX, and the total contract price of 200,000 pesos only, which is in words, or 200,000 pesos in figure. will be paid by Mr. X himself, or the client, based on the following terms: 20% acceptance fee, 40% down payment, and final payment 40%. So dili na gid ka malkansi ani, di ka na malulugi. Signed, the client himself and the event or representative from Gis and Juice Events Incorporated. So this is invitation to bid. I just leave it blank. So proceed to another slide.